The Premier League's greatest rivalries are usually remembered for conflict. Ferguson against Wenger, Keane against Vieira, the tunnel arguments, the red cards, even the flying pizza. Manchester City and Liverpool were different. Their rivalry was not defined by how much they hated each other. It was defined by the level they forced each other to reach. Between 2018-19 and 2021-22, Manchester City collected 358 Premier League points. Liverpool accumulated 357, 1 point across 4 seasons. And yet, City won 3 titles to Liverpool's 1. That sounds like domination, but it was a rivalry decided by 11.7 millimeters, 1 impossible shot, and 5 minutes and 36 seconds of chaos. This is how Manchester City and Liverpool broke the Premier League and made perfection feel ordinary. In 2018, Manchester City did not just win the Premier League, they broke it. 100 points, 106 goals, a 19-point winning margin. Liverpool finished 4th with 75 points, but their run to the Champions League final suggested Jürgen Klopp's team was moving much faster than the table showed. Virgil van Dijk had already transformed the defence, and that summer, Liverpool added Alisson and Fabinho. City entered the next season trying to preserve a level English football had never seen. Liverpool entered it trying to discover whether that level could be reached by anybody else. The first meeting at Anfield finished goalless after Riyad Mahrez sent a late penalty over the bar. Then December changed the race. City lost to Chelsea, Crystal Palace and Leicester in a space of 4 league matches. Liverpool kept winning and arrived at the Etihad in January unbeaten and 7 points clear. This was the night the entire season narrowed to millimeters. Sadio Mane hit the post. John Stones attempted to clear, the ball rebounded towards his own goal and he recovered just in time. Goal line technology placed the ball 11.7 millimeters from crossing the line. City won 2-1. It would be Liverpool's only defeat all season. Liverpool did not collapse after that. They drew with Leicester, West Ham, Man United and Everton, but then won their final 9 matches. The problem was that City became almost impossible to move. After losing at Newcastle in January, Guardiola's team won 14 consecutive league games. The 13th was against Leicester. Then Vincent Kompany carried the ball forward and shot from over 30 yards. It was the kind of decision a centre-back is usually told not to make. It became one of the most important goals in Premier League history. City reached the final day 1 point ahead. Brighton scored first, but Sergio Aguero equalised 83 seconds later and City won 4-1. Liverpool beat Wolves, reached 97 points and still finished second. But 97 points on its own does not really explain how ridiculous that was. Let's look at every Premier League runner-up before them. For 26 seasons, nobody had even reached 90. The previous record was Manchester United's 89 in the 2011-12 season. Liverpool didn't break that record by 1 or 2 points. They beat it by 8. But this is where it gets even stranger. Replace those runners-up with every Premier League champion from those same 26 seasons, and Liverpool's points tally would still be enough to win 25 of those 26 titles. The only exception was Manchester City's 100-point season the year before. And even that doesn't capture what made 2018-19 different. If we plot the champion and runner-up for every Premier League season, almost every year falls somewhere down here. Then you get 2018-19, 98 points, 97 points. right at the top of the graph. This wasn't one historically great team destroying the league. It was two historically great teams reaching that level at exactly the same time. City and Liverpool ranked first and second for goals per match, shots on target, big chances created, and touches in the opposition box. Both conceded only 0.6 goals per match. Liverpool kept 21 clean sheets, City kept 20. The title was not decided by one team failing. It was decided by one team leaving almost no space for failure. The question was how Liverpool would respond to producing a 97-point season and receiving nothing for it. Their answer was to remove the title race before anybody could take it away again. In November, Liverpool beat City 3-1 at Anfield. On Boxing Day, they went to second place Leicester and won 4-0. By the end of January, Liverpool were 19 points clear. Across their first 27 league matches, they won 26 and drew 1. 79 points from a possible 81. The data makes this season more interesting than the final table suggests. City led the league for goals, shots on target, big chances, accurate passing, and opposition box touches. They scored 102 league goals. Liverpool scored 85, but they made almost every match day count. City lost 9 times, Liverpool lost 3. The pandemic delayed the celebration, but not the outcome. Liverpool were confirmed as champions with 7 matches remaining and finished on 99 points, ending a 30-year wait for the league title. Then the rivalry lost one of its participants. Van Dijk suffered a season-ending knee injury in October. Joe Gomez and Joel Matip followed, and midfielders Fabinho and Jordan Henderson were pulled into defence. Liverpool's structure broke with them. City had started slowly and were 8th on Christmas Day, but then won 15 consecutive Premier League matches. In February, they went to Anfield and dismantled Liverpool 4-1. City finished on 86 points. Liverpool recovered to third on 69, helped by Alisson scoring a stoppage time header at West Brom. Yet Liverpool's underlying numbers had not disappeared. They still ranked second for expected goals, first for big chances, and second for opposition box touches. They also led the league for big chances missed and conceded 42 goals, after allowing 22 and 33 in the previous 2 seasons. This was the one season in which only one machine remained fully operational. When Liverpool's defence returned, so did the rivalry. At Anfield in October, the two teams produced a 2-2 draw that felt like the entire era compressed into 45 minutes. Mane scored. Phil Foden answered. Mohamed Salah moved through City's defence and scored one of the greatest Premier League goals we have ever seen. Kevin De Bruyne equalised again. Then City created distance. 12 consecutive victories carried them 14 points ahead of Liverpool in January, although Klopp's team had 2 matches in hand. Liverpool responded by winning 10 league matches in a row. By the time they met at the Etihad in April, the gap was 1 point. City led twice. Liverpool equalised twice. The 2-2 draw preserved the same margin with 7 matches left, and neither team lost again. The season data looks almost artificial. City and Liverpool occupy the 2 top positions for goals, expected goals, XG difference, shots on target, big chances, opposition box touches, and possession won in the final third. The title came down to the final day. City needed to beat Aston Villa. Liverpool needed to beat Wolves and hope. And after 75 minutes, City were losing 2-0. Liverpool were drawing 1-1. One Liverpool goal would move the title to Anfield. Then, Ilkay Gundogan scored. Rodri equalised, and Gundogan scored again. 3 City goals in 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Liverpool eventually won 3-1, but it no longer mattered. Man City finished with 93 points, Liverpool 92. And for the second time in 4 seasons, 1 point separated them. Across those 4 seasons, City won 3 league titles, Liverpool won 1. City were the more successful team of the era. That part is not debatable. But the title count hides the standard required to beat them. Liverpool finished 18 points ahead of City in 1920. City answered by finishing 17 points ahead of Liverpool the next season. The other 2 races were both decided by 1 point. Add all 4 seasons' points total together, and the final score is Manchester City 358, Liverpool 357. Arsenal against Man United gave the Premier League its most iconic rivalry. City against Liverpool gave it its highest simultaneous peak. Both teams were terrifying, and for 4 seasons, even perfection was sometimes only enough to finish second.